2022 is coming to an end. I can't believe it. This year has been like a total like up and down for me. And like, I'm not gonna lie when I say 2022 was not the best year for me. So before I get into the highlights part of this video, I just want to talk about the things that didn't go well for me this year. I just want this year to end already because it hasn't been the best. Because like the first thing that happened this year that wasn't the best is that like my dad was actually in the hospital twice. My dad had a medical crisis and he was in the hospital, and also he had spinal surgery. So he was in the hospital twice this year. So it wasn't the best for me, and like my grandfather ended up passing away. So like it was just like one thing after another. And then on top of that, like a few people in my immediate family ended up getting COVID, so we all got sick, and it was just like, it was like one thing after another, and it was just like a really crazy year for me, and like me and my family, and we can't wait for it to be over because with everything like going on, it was just really not the best year. But there were good things that happened before all this happened and after. So there was like good things sandwiched in between. So it wasn't a total bad year. So like there were good things that ended up happening in between. So it wasn't totally bad, but it was definitely not the ideal year for me. But there were good things that happened this year, like, which is why I'm going to still film this video, because like despite the bad, there were good things that I'm going to mention in this video. There's a lot of good things that happened that actually ended up like canceling out the bad and just making it better. So with that being said, I'm just going to get into the good things of this video now. I don't know if this year was good for you or bad for you, but I hope you guys had a better year than I did. If not, then maybe things will get better next year. That's what I'm hoping for. But this year was definitely up and down for all of us. And I know that with between COVID and the pandemic and everything, it's definitely going to get better from here. I think we're all in a better place now, because as this year is coming to an end for me, I think like it's actually getting better, because I'm looking forward to next year where things maybe will get a little better. So that's like it. So I'm just going to get into the video and highlight the good things that happened. Hey, hi, hello, future Erin here. So I was editing this video and I noticed that I deleted the like first half of the highlights of this video. In this highlights video, I missed the first 4 months of the highlights because I deleted the footage by accident. So I'm just gonna give a brief description of what I did, and then I will take you back to the rest of this video. So I'm just gonna get to it. All right. In January, in the beginning of January, me and my dad went to the last New York Giants home game of the 2021 season at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, where the New York Giants played the Washington Commanders. So this was the last home game, and it was a lot of fun just to wrap up the 2021 New York Giants season. And it was just a lot of fun because like we hadn't gone to most of the home games. It was just nice to like wrap up the season and just get you pumped for the next season, and just to come back to MetLife and spend time with the fans and see them and have a good time. And it was just fun, but it was very cold, but it was a lot of fun. And anybody who wants to go to a football game in January and you live on the East Coast or anywhere where there's like a cold climate, be prepared for a lot of cold, because especially if the stadium is outdoors, it is very cold. But like once you're sitting and you're getting really into the football game, it's not that bad. So I just had a lot of fun with my dad and just spending time with him. I also got my booster shot for COVID-19, and now I'm, I guess, officially fully vaccinated. I also started my spring semester at college, my last semester before I graduated, and I also started my internship. And if you guys don't know, like I mentioned in my highlights of 2021 video, that I actually got an internship in publishing. I got an internship for a literary agency, and it was a lot of fun, and I learned a lot about publishing, and it was very insightful. And I recommend any writer, like if you really want to get inspired and kind of learn about the publishing industry, even if you want to get a job in publishing, it really helps to kind of learn the ins and outs of publishing and like how it works, because it was really fascinating and I just really recommend it. In February, it was the Super Bowl. It was Super Bowl 56, where the LA Rams played the Cincinnati Bengals. We're not fans of either team. It was just felt good just to be able to watch football with my family and watch the Super Bowl. Even regardless if our teams are playing or not, we always like just watch it anyway, because it's kind of a tradition. Like I think like most people probably watch the Super Bowl, so we're like just part of those people that watch the Super Bowl every year. and it was just fun to be able to watch a football game and just be able to wrap up the 2021 season. I made a t-shirt, we ordered food, I made brownies, and I rooted for the LA Rams. And it was just a lot of fun to just be able to watch football with my parents. Like, even though none of our teams were playing in the Super Bowl, it was just a lot of fun to like watch football with my family and just have a good time. And we had a great time watching. Like, we'll always watch football. Like, anytime football season's around, like, we're always paying attention to it, and it's a lot of fun. In March, I got my senior portraits done for graduation. The pictures turned out great because it was just fun. It actually felt really real getting the portraits done because it just felt like cool getting the portraits done, and like a little like weird or like cool because like putting on like the cap and gown that they provided for the photos, it felt more like a reality seeing myself in that photo. And it was just like kind of like, oh, this is what I'm gonna be wearing for graduation. And it was nice. The photos turned out great and I'm very happy with them, and it was just really fun to be able to take those photos because I haven't really taken a graduation photo since high school. So like, it was just fun, and I just like having photos again. So the photos turned out great. In April, I celebrated Easter with my family. We just went to the Easter Vigil Mass, which we do every year. We went to the Easter Vigil, was the day before Easter, which was that Saturday. And then that Saturday before Easter, we just went to the Easter Vigil. And on Easter Sunday, we just celebrated. We just had like dinner and we just stayed in and enjoyed ourselves. Because like, regardless of COVID or not, like even with the other holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's just the three of us, so it was fine. It was just the three of us and we just had a good time, and it was nice celebrating Easter with my family. And I got a couple of things for myself for Easter, and I made a cool Easter basket, but that's pretty much it. And I made a cool Easter basket, I decorated eggs, and I just celebrated Easter with my family. Okay, so that's the first 4 months that you missed. This is the beginning of the video. So I'm going to take you back to the rest of the video where this rest of this footage was filmed originally. I just had to refilm these 4 months because, like I said, I deleted the footage. So that's it. So I'll take you back to past Erin and the rest of this video. In May, I graduated college. I now have my bachelor's degree, and I am now a graduate and an alumni. And I'm so excited that I got to achieve this goal because I never thought I'd get here, because I was in community college for like 4 years where I got my associate's degree, and it was just hard because I was going to give up and I didn't think I was going to get to where I am. And then I transferred into the college that I graduated from, and the fact that I walked across that stage, I got my diploma, and now I can say that I did it. And I'm just so glad that I achieved that goal, and now I can look forward to the future opportunities that I will have, and I am just very excited to achieve this goal. And it was definitely one of the biggest highlights of this year. In June, it was my birthday. I turned 29 years old. I may be getting older, but I feel so young. And the fact that I'm turning 30 is not terrifying, but like, if I'm still young at heart, it doesn't matter how old I am still young at heart. I went out to dinner with my best friend, and then it was my mom's birthday, and we also celebrated because me and my mom are actually a week apart, so we just celebrated it together, and it was just nice to celebrate my birthday with my mom. In July, I just celebrated the 4th of July with my family. We really didn't do much. We just like hung out and stayed at home, and I just watched the fireworks outside my house. It was nothing really thrilling. It was just something simple to do. In August, I went to a New York Giants training camp with my dad at Quest Diagnostics Training Center in East Rutherford, New Jersey. It was a lot of fun to go with my dad because we were supposed to go to a Giants training camp back in 2019, but ended up getting rained out. So it was just great to go and just be able to see the Giants practice, because I've been to a few New York Jets training camps, so it was just nice to actually see the Giants practice. We sat on the patio in the VIP section, which was really nice. And we had a good time seeing the players practice and just having a good time, having a good afternoon in New Jersey. And it was just fun. I also went to dinner with my best friend. We just caught up. We just wanted to go to dinner and catch up before I left for vacation so that we could just like hang out and talk and just see what was going on. And it was just a good time just to hang out with my friend and just have a girls' night out and just let our hair down, have dinner, and just relax. I also went to a preseason New York Giants home game at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey with my dad, where the New York Giants played the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was really fun just to be able to go to a preseason game. This is the only preseason game we actually went to because we ended up going on vacation. So this is the only preseason game. And I only played like a few at home, and it was the only home game we actually went to. And it was just a lot of fun to be able to go to just at least one preseason home game before the season started. It was just a lot of fun to be able to go to these preseason games and interact with Giant fans and have a good time and just to be able to hang out and just watch a good football game. And I know the preseason games don't really count, but it was still a lot of fun and I had a good time with my dad. I also, at the end of August, I went on vacation with my family to Scottsdale, Arizona. This was our first time flying since before COVID, and it just like nothing really changed, but I was a little kind of like skeptical about flying because I didn't know like if things changed on the planes, if you were supposed to wear masks or anything, but luckily like JFK and JetBlue lifted the mask restrictions, so we didn't have to wear masks when we flew, so it was still a good experience. It's like as if nothing ever changed. The flight was good. Like on the news you hear about people like getting into fights on the planes, and I was just like, but the flight was very quiet, it was fine, and it was really good to be able to get on a plane again and fly and go to another state. But it was just fun to go to Arizona and spend time with my family. And it was hot, but it was a lot of fun. But it was good because there was no humidity, so it wasn't that hot, but it was still comfortable, but yet still really, really hot at the same time. So it was just a lot of fun to be able to go to Arizona. And it was a lot of fun because we've been to Arizona before, so like this is our second time going, and it was just a lot of fun to be able to go back and just to re-experience it again. And because the last time we were there was 2017, so it was nice to re-experience everything again and see things that we never saw before, and we did different things this time, and it was just a lot of fun. Me and my family, we went to the Grand Canyon, and it was a lot of fun because, again, we've been to the Grand Canyon before, but we walked this trail, but this time we actually ended up taking a bus because my dad was still recovering from his surgery, so he couldn't really do a lot of walking. So we ended up taking this bus ride all around the canyon, and they did different stops, and I got great footage, and it was just such a beautiful sight. Even like I've been there twice, and just seeing it a second time was still like a great experience, and it was just such a breathtaking view. And just seeing the Grand Canyon, it's just like even seeing different stops, like even like I said, like even going like the second time, like you see like things like even like going to Arizona the second time is like going to the Grand Canyon the second time. Like you see just things that you didn't see the first time, and we saw different parts of the canyon that we didn't see the first time. We did different things. So it's not exactly we did the same things, we did different things. We saw different sights that we didn't see the first time, and it was just a good experience. Like I could go like 5 times, or I could go multiple times to the Grand Canyon and like not get bored because the view is just breathtaking, and it was just a great time to go. And I took some great photos as well, and we just had a great time seeing it, and it was just a great time. And I recommend anybody go see the Grand Canyon. It's so pretty, and if you've been there, you know. So all that phases into the beginning of September, so that's where I'm going to go. In September, in the beginning of September, I was still on vacation. We went to New Mexico, where we went to visit the Four Corners. The Four Corners is where you stand in like 4 states at once. It's Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and then New Mexico. So and you can take pictures like in the middle of this like thing where all the states meet. You can't really stand in all 4 states at the same time, but there's a thing where they all meet and you can just stand there and take photos, and there's a great photo opportunity for anybody to take photos there. And me and my family took a few photos there. It was a lot of fun, and there's a line. We ended up going later on in the day, so it wasn't that bad. So we ended up just like waiting online for a few minutes, and then later on less people were coming, so we got to take a few more photos, and somebody actually took a photo of all 3 of us, so it was nice. And it was just nice to stand in like 4 states and have that experience, which was really cool. And you could actually see the Colorado mountains where we were, which was really cool. And New Mexico was fun. And like I recommend, like if you really want to go to New Mexico, it's a lot of fun. Like just like going, if you want to go to like New Mexico, I recommend like going to like just like hanging out and seeing like another state where it's like, and going to the Four Corners. And if you want to like stand in 4 states, it's a lot of fun because you can just like not only just stand in those 4 states and see where they are, because they are labeled like on the ground obviously where you can see it, but you can also like see the mountains in the background, like see the mountains behind you, and just to be able to see like all 4 states where they meet is really cool. So if you're really interested in that, I really recommend it. And that was pretty much fun. And we just spent 1 day in New Mexico. So it was just fun to just be able to spend a day in New Mexico and just be able to see that. And it was really fun. Also, while on vacation, we did a photo shoot, and if you know me, usually if I'm at home during the summer or if I'm on vacation during the summer, I always do a photo shoot, and it's a lot of fun just to be able to like put these cool photos onto my social media, and it's a lot of fun. And we just took photos around the resort, which actually I did a photo shoot the last time I was there as well, and we did similar locations where we did last time, but we still kind of did new locations to keep things fresh with the photos, and it was really fun, and the photos came out great, and they look really good, and they are coming soon to my social media pages, and I am very excited for you guys to see them. And that's it. I just had a good time taking some photos, putting on a pretty dress, and the only bad part was it was very hot taking the photos. You couldn't see it in the footage or in the photos, but it was very hot taking the photos. Like, we had to take breaks in between because it was really, really hot that day, and it didn't help that we did go out a little bit late. So, like, if you're going to do, like, a photo shoot in, like, that weather, I recommend going out in the morning, not in the afternoon, where it's a little bit cooler. But it was still a lot of fun, and I'm excited for you guys to see the photos. We also went to the USS Arizona Memorial. It was a memorial of the ship that, like, of the soldiers that died on it. And they had these light things that, like, recreated the outline of the ship. Well, each one of them represents a soldier that died on that ship, I believe. And it was just nice to be able to visit that stuff. My dad's a big military buff, so like he loves to go to like memorials and go to like those military museums and visit this stuff and see it. And it's really interesting to get a piece of history and learn about America and the country and what our soldiers fought for. And it was really interesting and really nice, and it was just a lot of fun. It was this nice part of Arizona too, which was a lot of fun. It was really nice to see that. And we also went to an Arizona Cardinals home game at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, where the Arizona Cardinals played the Kansas City Chiefs. And it was just really cool to like go to like another football game, see another team play, like another home game, like another football team of another state, because it's just interesting to see an NFL team play, because me and my family, we go see these Giant games, so it's interesting to see this and seeing another fan base and how another team's fan base is. And we rooted for the Cardinals, obviously, because we were there. We were in Arizona, so obviously we were going to root for the Cardinals, and the Cardinals lost, but it was just fun to have that experience, to see another stadium and to interact with the fans and just to see how the other fan bases react. And it was just a lot of fun. And I think State Farm Stadium has a retractable roof, so like it could be indoor, outdoor, because it was interesting to see that, because they actually ended up covering the roof for the game. Because Arizona, as I mentioned before, was really hot, and MetLife Stadium is outdoors, and there is no retractable roof. So it was just interesting to see another stadium and see all these fans and everything. It was really fun, and I would actually definitely want to go to another stadium and see other fans react, go to one of the stadiums, see other teams play, and another home game of another team from another state, and see how the fans react, and go to the stadiums, interact with other fans, and see how that is, because that would be really fun too. And that's it. So we had a really great time. Like, and also if you're a football fan, like, and you're like a fan of like the NFL, any NFL team, and you've like, if you want to like just on vacation, just I recommend going to another game, go to a home game of another team, because it's really like interesting to see how another fan base is. Like, you see these games on TV, but then you go to these actual stadiums and it's fun to see, and it's a lot of fun. So also in September, like mid-September, we came home, and then we ended up going to not the same day, me and my dad went to the first New York Giants home game of the 2022 season at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, where the New York Giants played the Carolina Panthers, and it was just a lot of fun. And I actually rooted for the Carolina Panthers, and it's just a lot of fun to see the team play in person, because Carolina came last year, the 2021 season, but it was in October, but this year was in September, and it was just a lot of fun to see Carolina play again. Sam Darnold wasn't playing, if you guys know, I'm a big Sam Darnold fan. Unfortunately, he was not playing quarterback during this game, but it was just nice to see Carolina play and to be able to see the team and just be able to interact with my dad and stuff. And it was just fun to see the first home game and be there and just have a lot of fun with my dad. It was also my dad's birthday. Like, we didn't do nothing too thrilling. We just went to dinner and just spent time as a family, and it was a lot of fun because we just got to talk and have fun. And even though we did go on vacation, but it was nice to celebrate my dad's birthday, and that's it. In October, I went to yet another New York Giants home game at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, where the New York Giants played the Chicago Bears. again, it was just a lot of fun just to go to this home game. I went to a lot of home games, so I'm just going to highlight the ones that I went to. But this was just a fun game to go to, and it did rain that day. And I brought a poncho, and like the rain was fine. And then like during halftime, they had like a little halftime show, and it was a legacy game. It wasn't one of the Giants legacy games where they wore the throwback jerseys. It was a lot of fun. And they had this like little legacy like throwback halftime show, and right when they started playing, it started downpouring, and like everybody had to go onto the concourse, and it just downpoured, and everybody had to go onto the concourse. Like, even though the stadium's outdoors, like there's a little bit of like where you can just stand and keep dry, like where you're not sitting, and everybody was just like crowded there for all of halftime. And then when we came back, the rain was pretty much done, but the seats were wet. But other than the rain, like, so when you go to these games at these stadiums, like when you have the outdoor stadium, you have to account for the weather and whether it's rain or snow. But despite the rain, we ended up lucking out because it only rained like once, and it was just during halftime. But other than that, I had a great time. The Giants won, so that was great. And it was just a really fun time to see another home game and see the Giants play. And then I went to yet another New York Giants home game at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, where the New York Giants played the Baltimore Ravens. It was just another fun game to go to and another home game that I had a great time. I'm not going to keep reminiscing about the home games because it gets repetitive after a while, but it was just fun to go to another home game with my dad, and it was just fun, and the Giants won again, and it was just nice to be able to go to a home game where the Giants are winning all these games, and just to be around these Giant fans and hanging out and just like high-fiving each other and having fun whenever there's a touchdown, and it's just a lot of fun, and that's it. And then it was Halloween. I didn't really do much. All I did was dress up as Emma Carstairs from the Dark Artifact series by Cassandra Clare, one of my favorite authors. And it was just fun just to dress up and take photos for Instagram and put them on. And just, I like to dress up even if I'm not going anywhere. It's a lot of fun just to be able to dress up and have fun and just take some fun photos and just be able to just dress up and have fun for a day. And that's it. So it's just fun. And dress up as one of my favorite book characters. In November, my parents celebrated their 31st wedding anniversary. I know this isn't a highlight of my life, but it's mainly of them. But I know it's not my highlight, but it's a highlight of my parents. And I just wanted to highlight them for this video because they're still going strong. And everything that like my parents have been through this last year, my dad being in the hospital twice, and with like my grandfather passing away, like we've all been through a lot, but my parents have stayed strong through their marriage, and they stuck together through the tough times, which there was a lot. And I also highlighted my social media pages, and I told people about it. And it was just nice to see them celebrate their anniversary, and I hope to find a guy and have a marriage that lasts as long as theirs and longer, and just to be able to just be there and just be able to have that. And then I went to yet another, you guessed it, New York Giants home game at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, where the New York Giants played the Detroit Lions. That was a game right before Thanksgiving, so it was just nice to go to, I guess, another home game. Unfortunately, the Giants did lose, but I just love going to these games regardless of like who wins, but it's better if the Giants win. So it was just a lot of fun to just go to the game and just be with my dad. And then I just celebrated Thanksgiving with my family. It was just the three of us. COVID or not, it was just always the three of us, and we always celebrate just the three of us, and it was just a fun time to just be able to spend time with my family and just celebrate the holiday with my family, and that's it. In December, I went out with my friend and we hung out, and we did our like annual Christmas get together, hang out, because every year around Christmas time we usually go to a light show. There's a light show at our local beach. We just drive through and we just looked at the holiday lights, and then we went to dinner. We went to get dessert at our local diner just to have like some fun and just like catch up and chat, like just to be able to sit down, have a cup of coffee, catch up and chat and just exchange Christmas gifts. And it was just a lot of fun, and it was a nice end to the night, and we had a great time. And I also just celebrated the holidays with my family. Like I said, even with Thanksgiving, like with COVID or not, it's always been like the three of us, and we just spent time as a family, and just we opened presents, we celebrated Christmas, and we had dinner, and that's it. So we just celebrated Christmas with my family, and it was just really fun. This has been the year of many things. This has been the year of the 2022 NFL Draft, where the New York Giants and the New York Jets got some great players that actually helped improve the team, because both teams are doing so great right now. And I don't want to jinx it, but they are maybe, just maybe, heading into playoff territory, which is very good because we haven't seen these teams like reach the playoffs in a while, and it might be nice to see each team play a playoff game, which would be really great because my family, we're a big football family, so seeing like either one of these two teams play a playoff game would just be great, and it would just be a lot of fun, and that's great, and that's just great what they did. This was also the year of Theo James and the Time Traveler's Wife, which was a really good show, and I really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, it did not get picked up for a second season, so I'm kind of upset about that, but I know he's going to do great on The White Lotus, and I'm very excited. This has also been the year of the second Downton Abbey movie, Downton Abbey: A New Era, and it was a great movie because I went to see it with my mom, and it came out right around our birthdays, so it was a great little thing to go to and see a movie with my mom, because I've been to the movies since before COVID, so it was great to just go to the theater and see a movie, and just be able to go to the movie theater and see a movie, and just be able to see a movie that both me and my mom enjoy, and something we have mutual interests because we both love the show, and it's just great to see yet another movie from them. This has also been the year of Midnights by Taylor Swift, which is her 10th studio album, and it is fantastic. I just listened to it not too long ago, and oh my god, they are such great songs. I am so excited because Taylor Swift's going on tour again, and this is her 10th studio album, and I listened to it, and it was just fantastic. I love it. I love everything that she puts out. She's so talented, and this album is just so good. Like, any music that she releases is just so fantastic and so good. Like, I have loved everything. Every song she puts out, it is so good, and this album is amazing, and it's just so much fun to like listen to it and write to it, because it's great writing music. Any music of hers is great writing music. Oh, it's just so much fun, and I just love this album. It is just another one of my favorites of hers. This has also been the year of Theo James in The White Lotus Season 2. I actually watched Season 1 because I wanted to catch up so I know what the show's about, so I can get ready for Theo being on it, and I'm very excited because I am a huge Theo James fan, and I'm excited to see him on the show, and I'm excited to get into other shows because I want to try to get into other TV shows and start branching out and watching some other stuff that I haven't seen before, and I'm excited to see him in other new projects, and I'm excited to see him in this. I have not watched it yet, but I'm going to get to it very soon, and I am very, very excited. My goals for 2023, I know they're like the same as every year, but this year they're going to be a little different for this video, and I'm going to like branch out and kind of just set some new goals for myself for next year. So my first goal is to focus on my mental health and be in a better mindset, and just kind of develop my social skills and kind of talk to people more, and kind of be more outgoing and be more sociable to people, because I feel like since COVID we've all been kind of like introverted a little bit, and I think all of us are starting to kind of branch out and start talking to more people, and I kind of want to do that and just improve and just do that, and like speak, like going to the Giant games and talking to Giant fans and just saying like they were talking about the Jets, and they're like, oh, the Jets and this and that, and it's just really fun to like interact with people, and I'm hoping to like just focus on my mental health, to like trying to train myself to do that, and just to be better about my mental health, and just control my anxiety, and just like not have panic attacks or something like that, and just like kind of be in a better, healthier mental state, and like I said, just to be more sociable and talk to people and stuff like that, just to focus on mental health, because I feel like that's really important, because you should be healthy not only physically but also mentally as well, so that you're like healthy all around, and that's just my plan. My other goal is to get on a decent bedtime routine. I'm working on it. I have been going to bed pretty late, and I think I developed that habit from college because I was like pulling all-nighters and like doing assignments and like getting stuff done, and it didn't help that with like COVID and being in lockdown and just like staying up all night and being in lockdown and doing homework, and then even when I was back on campus I was still up late doing homework, and I feel like I developed more of a habit with that, even with COVID and everything, like being in college and stuff. So I have no excuse now. I'm not in college anymore. I don't have to do assignments. So my plan is to just get on a decent bedtime routine. I'm working on it, so I'm hoping by like January I get like a decent bedtime schedule, going to bed early, and instead of getting up at like 3 and just kind of get on a decent schedule, get a decent routine going, and just be more productive and have a more productive day. You get up early and you're more productive, and that's what I hope to achieve next year in 2023. My other goal is hopefully to find a job in publishing. It's hard to find a job in publishing, like entry-level jobs and like stuff that's on site or remote or hybrid, and it's very hard to just like kind of find job stuff like that. And it's not easy getting rejected, but everybody goes through it. It's human no matter what job you apply for. And like it's just like now I know that like I figured out that I have to go back and restructure my cover letter and fix it and make sure that it's suitable for a publishing company, because my cover letter needs to be perfected just a little bit more. So that's my plan, to start restructuring it in like January and to start fresh and start applying for more jobs and hopefully secure a position, whether that be publicity, marketing, being an editorial assistant. I know whatever position I get in publishing I'm gonna love, because I just love being around books, and just getting paid to do that is just gonna be like the best. And my next goal is to write more, because at the moment like I'm trying to edit my manuscript and try to get that out and try to submit that to agents. But right now I'm editing my manuscript and getting that ready to send that to agents hopefully soon, and just edit that and just get that done and like just edit that. And that's my goal, just because I have like feedback from my critique partner, my beta reader, and it's helping, and hopefully my word count goes down and it's going to work out, and I'm gonna like submit a really good polished manuscript. And I got a really good opening line that I talked over, I sent to my beta reader, and she loves it, and I hopefully will have a polished manuscript ready for submission very soon to agents. And that's my plan. And also my plan is just to continue getting another rough draft of another manuscript written, because right now like the one that I'm editing right now is the only real manuscript I have written, and I want to get another like rough draft of another manuscript written, because that was my NaNoWriMo project, but I put that down so I could focus more of my attention on my manuscript, editing my manuscript, and starting to submit that to agents. So that's my plan, and hopefully pick that up and continue doing that rough draft soon, and hopefully get a rough draft going on my next manuscript. That's my goal. And also get some freelance work done, maybe get some short stories out and write some short stories, because I have them written and I'm getting feedback on them from my beta reader. So I'm working on getting that done right now. I'm gonna work on getting some feedback from my beta reader, because she's reading them right now, and just hopefully get some stories out and get that done, and then also just focus on all that. And my last goal is just to edit more videos, and I know it's the same every year. I say in the video, if you guys see my other highlights videos, you know I say the same thing every year, and it's true. I want to edit more videos, hopefully get more videos out. I'm doing pretty well right now, because ever since like I've graduated and I've been looking for jobs and stuff, like I have more free time, so I'm actually editing videos faster and getting them out faster. So hopefully I can keep that up, because like right now, like honestly, like when I'm editing my manuscript, and then I was writing during NaNoWriMo and I was working on that project, and then I was just like editing videos, so it was hard to like kind of get a lot of editing done. But now that I put my other NaNoWriMo project away, I'm focusing on editing my manuscript and just like editing videos. So hopefully when I'm editing my videos, it's gonna go a lot faster. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm doing pretty well so far, and I'm hoping to maybe get more videos out faster and improve and get on a decent editing schedule and edit faster and get videos out more frequently than I've been doing. But I'm on a good plan right now, but I hope to improve and to get videos out faster than I've been doing. Even just to improve a little bit would be great. And that's it. So, and videos are coming very soon to both these channels that you're watching it on, Aspiring Author Unreal and Girl in the Huddle. You guys are watching on those channels, and if you're watching on either channel, do subscribe to like the opposite channel of what you're watching on. So if you're watching this on Aspiring Author Unreal, please subscribe to Girl in the Huddle, and if you're watching on Girl in the Huddle, please subscribe to Aspiring Author Unreal. Both the links for each channels are in each bios of these videos, so you can get a link to it and just get more videos out. So that's just my plan. So more videos are going to be coming out within 2023, and that's it. So that's my plan, and those are my goals, and I just hope to achieve all of them. I know I'm very bad at achieving my goals like I do every year, but I'm doing pretty well so far, and I'm trying to get a more mindset of doing that and getting my goals done, and I'm hoping to improve and be better with my goals, and just hopefully I meet all of them. I hope your year was great. If it was great, that's fantastic. I hope great things for you all in 2023 in the new year. I know my year wasn't as great, and I hope it's better than this year. And I know I have a lot more great things planned for next year, and I'm very excited to share them with you on social media or on my videos, and I will be vlogging some of that stuff, and I have some great stuff that's going to be coming out and vlogging it, and you're going to see all of it, all my adventures, all my next adventures that are planned for next year. I got some stuff that's in the works, and that's going to be happening, and I'm very excited, and I'm going to take you along with me, and I am very excited for it. So just get ready for that. Thank you for supporting my channel and my content, and there will be more to come. I'm Erin, and I will see you in 2023.